Everything you need to know about the famous white powder. Get your mind out the gutter, okay? I'm talking about creatine or creatine or however you say it properly, right? People keep bullying me for how I say creatine, but this is going to be the best video you watch on it because I'm going to absolutely smash through it. This is all backed by research I've done around examine.com, which has tons of studies on creatine, and my own experience taking it over the last 3 to 4 years. What is it? What is creatine? Creatine is a substance found in the body naturally. It's found in the kidneys and muscle cells already, and you can get it through eating red meat. What it is a substance that increases short-term energy levels through the process of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is a short-term anaerobic energy system. So essentially, in the first 10 to 12 seconds of exercise, of intense activity, we're using up all these stores of ATP. And what we do by supplementing creatine is we increase our phosphocreatine stores, which then helps regenerate this ATP quicker. The reason people will supplement this worldwide, why every single Olympian, every single elite athlete, sports person, every single serious gym goer will take it, is because, well, one, it's considered safe and legal, obviously, to take, but the performance benefits are proven. It's very well researched in terms of creatine monohydrate, and it's going to give you a performance benefit and reduced fatigue by supplementing it. And it's also not practical to get it through your diet because unless you fancy eating 7 to 8 steaks a day, it's probably not great for your health having that much red meat every day. So probably easier and more cost effective and more practical to supplement it. Although it may seem insignificant in the short term that creatine gives you a small percentage benefit in each workout, if you imagine you're doing a set of 10 reps on a particular exercise, but creatine therefore helps you get 11, if you add that up over a longer period of time, over months and years of consistency, if it's helping reduce fatigue and slightly increase your strength and your muscle mass, doing that over a long period of time is going to have a significant difference. Can't put an exact percentage on it, but it's definitely worth considering if you are someone that is serious about building muscle, losing fat, and feeling and looking their best. Before we delve into the detail on this, who should be cautious about taking creatine? Well, if you are having any underlying health conditions at the moment in terms of kidney function, liver function, or generally have any concerns around your health, I'd get everything checked out first and get the all clear to take creatine and dosage. So typical dose is 3 to 5 grams a day. It's going to be potentially a bit higher for guys versus women, and you could potentially go up to 1 gram per 10 kilos of body weight. So for most women, that's going to be between 4 to 8 grams, and men maybe upward towards 10 grams per day. But I would recommend that you start on 3 to 5 grams a day just to see how your body reacts and see if you start seeing the benefits of that over the first few months. And you can always increase the dosage later down the line. If you're a non-responder, some small percentage of people will not naturally respond to it. Now, dosage can be split across multiple times a day. So if you are taking 8 grams, you could do 4 grams in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter what time of day you take it. You can take it with food, you can take it with liquids, mix it into your protein shake. I've tried all of these different routes. Typically, I find from a digestion point of view that increasing my water intake a little bit in terms of half a litre or a litre a day removes any minor digestion issues in terms of an upset stomach. The best form of creatine to take is monohydrate. Don't overcomplicate this, start getting down a rabbit hole of paralysis by analysis, looking at all the different forms. The most well-researched form is monohydrate. Creatine binds to the water cells within your muscles, which is why in the first few weeks of taking it, you may feel like you're filling out or feeling a bit more puffy. Maybe your muscles are feeling more full. And this is usually due to water retention. Scale weight may come up in the first few weeks taking it. It's nothing to panic about. It's not that you're gaining body fat or anything like that. And if you then come off it, again, your scale weight will probably come down a little bit, again, due to reduced water retention within your muscle cells. Should you take creatine when bulking and cutting? The quick answer to this is yes. It's a myth that you need to come off it when you're cutting because of water weight or bloating. Think about it like this. When we're trying to bulk up and gain muscle, and that's the priority, creatine is going to help you build muscle faster. When you're trying to cut body fat, the goal of your fat loss phase is to keep your muscle, lose body fat so that you look lean and the muscle looks more defined. If creatine helps you maintain your lifting performance and therefore the weights are maintained as your body weight comes down, you're more likely to maintain your muscle mass and your gym performance if you're taking creatine than if you just stop and you keep coming off and on. So take it both when you are cutting and bulking. Can anyone take creatine? Does it have to be men? Does it have to be women? Can you take it if you're elderly? Of course you can. Yes, it's considered safe for all these populations. Centaurs, dinosaurs, three-headed beasts, they can all take it too. So it should be absolutely fine. Jokes aside, most people can take creatine. There may be some cognitive benefits for older adults. As we get older, we want to maintain our muscle mass and offset the aging process, where through sarcopenia, loss of muscle mass, osteoporosis, loss of bone density. The way to do this is doing some weight training and increasing protein intake as we get older, but things like creatine may help with that as well. So if you are an older person or a woman that's been through menopause, potentially looking at taking creatine, even if you're not weight training all the time, is probably a good idea. So there are potential other benefits to it, but we need a bit more research around the cognitive side of creatine before making any definite statements on that. The evidence around creatine and hair loss is very limited, and the rumour started around a 2009 study on rugby players by what I'm assuming is a Dutch guy called Van der Merwe, if I've pronounced that correctly. And the study looked at a few weeks of creatine supplementation with an initial loading phase with rugby players, and what they found was a link between increased creatine intake and an increase in a hormone called dihydrotestosterone, very catchy, DHT for short, because that's a bit of a mouthful. And DHT is associated with hair loss through the way that it binds to androgen receptors in the hair follicles. But the thing is, there was no concrete link between tangible hair loss and this study, right? So just because creatine increases a hormone that may be related to hair loss doesn't actually prove that it occurred. And this then generated just loads of rumours around hair loss, and people extrapolated that out to say creatine definitely does this when there's not much evidence to support it. If your priority is maintaining your hair at all costs and you are worried about it, up to you really if you want to avoid it. But I've been taking it for 3 to 4 years. I haven't seen a big difference in losing my hair, and this is going to be determined by genetics mainly. What is a loading phase for creatine, and do you need to do it in the first place? So what I alluded to there in the rugby study that we just mentioned surrounding hair loss, which doesn't really give conclusive evidence on that, is a loading phase is where you increase your dose deliberately in the first week and do around 20 grams a day of creatine to basically get you to saturation levels quicker. And the theory behind this is if you get your creatine levels up to saturation around by taking 20 grams a day for a week, then you start getting the benefits a little bit quicker. But unless you're a pro bodybuilder or someone that really cares about those first 2 or 3 weeks, is it necessary to do that when you could just take the normal dose for 3 to 4 weeks and just wait for the benefits to start kicking in? Personally, have gone up to 10 grams a day and potentially 12 grams a day at one point. And I know firsthand, if I take that all in one dose, which is not a wise idea, I ran into an unsettled stomach, so I had to split that dose across the day. I don't think it's going to give you that many benefits doing loading phase, and I don't think it's necessary for most people. So just start with a regular dose. Conclusion, creatine is considered safe use. Just take monohydrate, don't overcomplicate the form of creatine you're taking. You don't need to cycle off it. Men and women can both take it. Even elderly people, people that are not weight training may get some minor benefits from it. Be sensible on dosage, don't need to do a loading phase. Unlikely to cause hair loss. I don't think you're going to go bald overnight if you suddenly start taking it. Hope this debunks a lot of the myths around it and answers all the questions you may have around creatine, so that you can just crack on with your life and not have to watch a million of these videos. If you found this useful, drop the video a like. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for all things fat loss and muscle building. See you soon.